Hello everybody, and thank you for taking the time to watch my plan with me video. Today's going to be a little bit different. Instead of me doing a just overall plan with me, I'm actually going to be using this 12-week year to kind of guide my plans for the week. I've been reading it and have decided that that's the way I'm going to implement and follow through with the rest of 2023. So instead of me just listing out things to do by day, on my weekly, I'm going to reserve that for my daily pages. So you can see here, just kind of flipping back and just showing you how I've done it in the past, where I would, for each day of the week, have something different. I might say shopping list, to-do list, errands, things like that. And I think I'd rather use those on my daily page instead of on my weekly, just because I'm trying to figure out the best way to track my goals and my progress towards my goals. So what I've decided to do is break down each day into different sections based on the type of goals that I'm trying to focus on. At the top, I have my activities of the day, financial goals, Audible, my meal planning, Duolingo for Spanish, my YouTube video setups, my self-care and workout, as well as my business. I am a wedding photographer. So I use these tabs to indicate how I want it to break the day down, so that I can really see my progress towards my goals. And then on my daily pages is where I will track my daily to-do list, things I need to do. I can use it for journaling, things of that nature. So that's what my plan is. Instead of totally focusing all those to-dos on those weekly pages, I'm going to use them to go on my daily pages and really set up more of a daily log and memory keeping journal section. So the tabs that I use to kind of help me plan out this are from Cloth and Paper. They're translucent tabs that you can write on so that I can actually reuse them. So that's going to be very helpful as I go forward in case I want to change the order of the section. So I do keep that in the front of my planner just in case I need to do something. I did try to write in pencil, and unfortunately the eraser is terrible. So there's that. Note to self, have a good eraser if you're going to write in pencil, and try to erase it before you're playing with me. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cover this up. I have a couple of planners. I told you guys before that my goal was to use up as many of my Happy Planner books as possible. So these are some that are older, so I apologize because they're no longer available on the Happy Planner website. But they will help me focus on my goal of using up my stash and not hoarding, as well as my financial goal of not buying more planner supplies right now. I also did make a couple of my own stickers, just printed them out from the internet on some sticker paper, and then I'll just cut them out as I need them. So I cut out, of course, some of my Duolingo logos or icons, as well as the Atomic Habits and 12-week yearbooks that I'm reading, so that I can use those for a little color in the weekly sections. So I might speed up the next section, just so you don't have to sit through me going through the process of figuring out what sticker I'm going to use. I don't want to bore you with that because sometimes I go back and forth, and who knows, I probably will end up pulling out yet another sticker book that I didn't mention at the beginning. So I'm going to speed it up from here. So here I am putting down my sticker for Atomic Habits. It is the book that I'm reading to really start focusing or refocusing rather on my habits and getting them in line. So what I'm doing is checking to see now what chapter I'm on so that I can identify where I'm going to be throughout the week, how many more pages I got to read so that I can plan out when I'm going to start my next book. So based on that, I plan on starting the 12-week year over again so that I can really put those tools to action. That's my biggest problem, and actually my word of the year, which is execution. I have amazing ideas sometimes, but executing them and getting them done is a whole other ballgame. So that's what I really want to focus on. I have my moments where I get things done all the time. And then I have my moments where I kind of slack off a little bit. So that's what I'm focusing on fixing. I'm also decided that this is going to be the year that I become conversational in Spanish. So I will be focusing on not only Duolingo, but also Pimsleur. I have subscriptions to both of those, so since I'm paying for it, I better use it, right? So I'll be using those minimum of 30 minutes each per day. So that gives me an hour worth of Spanish language lessons. I also recently, my husband bought me a Peloton, so my goal is to get back in shape and lose some of this weight that I put on. So I'm going to be doing my Peloton workouts. I've also decided that I'm going to start on my YouTube journey, as well as refocus on my photography business and rebrand that. So those are some of my goals that I'm going to be focusing on throughout this 12-week year. So how I really plan to use this layout for tracking my 12-week year is basically to track the tactics per day that I'm going to be using to reach my ultimate goal at the end of the 12 weeks. So every day, the actions that I do are so important in order to make sure that I'm making steps incrementally towards meeting those goals. The problem a lot of times is we'll set goals and we just have like big ideas, but not really the little plans behind it. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on, are the little things, and being consistent with those things. So sometimes it doesn't matter if I don't do the full 30 minutes on my Peloton if my knee is killing me, as long as I do it every day. Those are the things that matter, because every day that you don't do something, I found that you're building the habit of not doing something. So that's really what I'm going to be focusing on, is just being consistent, putting forth the effort every day. If you don't make it all the way, it's okay. But if you don't try, that's where the problem really comes in. So I'm really going to be focusing on making sure that every single day I'm doing something towards meeting those goals. Now, as part of the 12-week year and the way it's explained in the book, you'll total up the total number of tactics that you complete each day. And your goal should be to complete, ultimately you should be wanting to complete 100% of those tactics. But at least 75% of those tactics need to be done. So if you have 4 different tactics that you're working on that day and you nail 3 of them, kudos to you. And then the next day, you might have had something else come up and you only make 50%. That's fine, because the next day you can do it again. So that's really going to be my focus, is just making sure that I'm doing everything I can. So that's my goal. You guys going to follow along with me, kind of hold me accountable to it. That's another thing that's also in the book, is really making sure that someone is holding you accountable. So me starting this YouTube channel to take you along on this journey, I think is going to be very helpful to me, and hopefully to you too. Now, I told you guys I have a crap load of stickers from the Happy Planner. At one point, I can tell you every single release that came out, I was buying book after book after book. And I looked at my stash, and I have so much that I just have got to use. So you might see me just randomly pick up multiple books. I don't really have a, theme. I'm not really a theme type planner. I think some of those spreads are beautiful, but I really just like to put down what's going on and find stickers that kind of inspire me or reflect what's going on the page. But I'm not really into kits and things like that. But I do like little icon stickers to reflect what's going on. And I'm really just praying that this works this time to kind of keep me on track. But if it doesn't, guess what? I'm going to try something else, and you'll be right there to follow along with me. So now all I'm really doing is just kind of listing out the specific tactics for each one of the goals that I'm going to be focused on. So for example, on my Duolingo, I'm listing out that I'm going to do 30 minutes on Duolingo, 30 minutes on Pimsleur. For YouTube, it might say filming my plan with me, editing that, loading that. For my Peloton, I'm doing a 30-minute ride. I do have a slight knee problem, so I can't ride every day without doing some stretches in between. So I would do have ride for 30 minutes maybe on Monday, do some stretching on Tuesday, do another 30 minutes on Wednesday, but just being really focused on making sure, like I said, that I'm doing something every single day. And then for my photography business, I am about to go through a rebrand. So there's a lot of little things that I need to do to rebrand, market, and change over some things on my social media, and prepare for a big bridal show that I have coming up. So that's what I'm doing there. On my sidebar, I am doing a brain dump of all of the little things and little tasks that I have not finished from last week. So again, this is all about execution, getting things done. So I'm just making sure that I keep up with stuff so that nothing slides through the cracks, because that's what I don't want to have happen. I don't want to forget something important. So I make sure that week over week that if I don't complete it and exit off, that I migrate it over. I did get that from the bullet journal method with Ryder Carroll, so you will see me using a lot of the bullet journal indicators as I work in my planner. So that's that. So as we're getting closer to wrapping up this video, I just want to say thank you for sticking through and watching this with me. And I would love for you to join my channel, hold me accountable through this process. So please like, comment, and subscribe. And again, thank you so much for watching. See you soon. Bye.